Without a doubt, one of the nicest places we've ever camped. All by ourselves, all the facilities, shade, beautiful grass. What more could you want? Well guys, Hodgson Hideaway, what a great camp. As you can see, we've got it all to ourselves, just no one else whatsoever. Fantastic campfire facility, all the cooking implements you'd want, camp ovens and pots and pans and you name it, it's brilliant.
And firewood.
And firewood, exactly. So we've got everything. Yes, it's a little bit expensive to stay there, I've got to say, but well, you know, you can't have everything, I suppose, but it's just a beautiful spot. And so today we've decided we're going to head a little bit inland again and check out, what are we checking out, Anna?
It's a place called Murray Falls.
Oh, well, I hope they've got some nice swimming water there because, geez, guys, it's starting to really heat up here. It's August the 31st at the moment, and yeah, she's warming up. It's
the humidity.
Yeah, but humidity's obviously got it pretty high, so we're not looking forward to the next couple of months in that regard. But anyway, we're hoping for some nice water to swim in today because, as you know, up here there's no swimming on the coast. You haven't got a swimming pool, you're buggered. You just can't swim. So let's hope for some nice falls. So let's get going, eh? Well, Murray Falls is probably around about a 30-minute drive, pretty much inland, a little bit north, but mainly west. Obviously, we've got to get up in the mountains so we can have water falling somewhere. So, yeah, we're not far off it at the moment. You can see in the distance there, the mountain's starting to build up. So I can hardly wait. Bring on that cool water. Swimming water. No crocodiles or no logodiles. As we've mentioned many times, swimming up in the far north of Queensland is quite limited due to the presence of the saltwater crocodiles, and from November through to May, the infestation of marine stingers along all the coastal regions. Hence the enormous popularity of the inland gorges and waterfalls. Oh, here we go. Woo! Oh, I'm going exactly the same way D went. Woo! Woo! And with the extreme heat and humidity, what better way is there to keep you cool? But there's also another bonus, the amazing scenery. Come fly with us whilst we take you for a journey along the gorge and up the waterfall. Now that was something special, guys. That really chilled us off, and what a magnificent little spot to stop for a sausage sanger and a swim and a chill off. Bloody beautiful. Murray Falls, put it on your list when you're around near Cardwell. We've decided to return to camp a little earlier today for our huge steak and barbie cook-off. Stick around.
There's another piece.
Well done.
Now it's getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, you'd be right now. You just got to aim more accurately, haven't you? Well done. Well, guys, as I promised, this is the big lunch come dinner cook-off. Just as shortly, you're going to see some steaks like you ain't probably ever seen before. So let's get the ball rolling. Get all the get all the heat beads going, and then we'll have a nice fire.
We got fire, baby. Boom.
Now, guys, I promised you a big reveal of these steaks, and you just got to see this to believe it. Here they come. Oh, look at that. The most magnificent specimens of steak. So, Steve, oh, sorry, I was thinking of the Flintstones then for a second.
We're going on.
My God, thank God we've got a big plate. That's mine, isn't it?
That's nice. This one's Fred's.
Fred? You mean the other one's Wilma's?
Can't forget my lovable potato there. Got to have a potato with the foils.
Oh, looking pretty good, Steve.
Looking a bit too done, I reckon.
Yeah, probably a little bit, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Good to go, I reckon.
You're the chef today?
Oh, mate, need longer tongs, I'm telling you now. The heat that's coming out of that's unbelievable. Well, don't lose them.
Yeah, your life won't be worth living. Here's Fred.
Oh my goodness.
Right, where do you want them?
On my plate.
You put them down there, right?
Holy snap and dooley. I know which one's yours. I have no idea which one's mine. Medium rare, thank you so much.
Sure.
Wow. She put a bit of rosemary on it. Or is that a weed?
Bit of grass. Ground.
All right.
I think it was.
Wow.
It's probably not actually that much meat there when you think about it.
No.
It's a lot of bone.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Reach underneath.
Yes, up your tossed salad. I've tossed it a bit more. Well, guys, we're going to leave you at that because we're going to hoe in here and really enjoy this. So go for it. Taste test, Anna. It's good. Just good. Anyway, mine's bloody lovely, guys. See you soon. We're just heading up to Mission Beach today. We thought whilst we've got a great campsite at Kabul, we may as well just stay there and just do some several day trips. So today's destination, as I said, is Mission Beach and a few other places around there, maybe Tully Heads and maybe Bingle. We'll see what happens, and then we'll bunk down for the next few days, do some work, and then finally we'll head in a greater direction towards Cairns and see what happens up the north coast. So today it's Mission Beach. But no sooner had we turned the next corner and just look at this, Hull Heads. Endless stunning scenery as far as the eye can see. Wow, just check that out. Hey, by the way, if you haven't noticed, I'm having a bit of a bludge today. I'm the passenger for a change, and now I know how fantastic it feels to just sit in the passenger seat and check out all this magnificent scenery. Yeah, we might have to show you a bit, I think, eh? Mission Beach, a beautiful township and coastline, one where TV series are made and one where few words can describe, so I'll let you just sit back and take it in. Good morning once again, guys. Well, another fine, hot and somewhat sticky day up at Kabul, and if you haven't already guessed it, we're heading out to try and find another rock pool. Where's our next turn? Right or left, Dana? Left. And chill off a little bit and prepare for this heat today. So yesterday was a beauty, as you all saw, and we're hoping this rock pool is just as good, so let's go and see, check it out. Only a few k's from Kabul. Well, we found the Kabul spa pool, guys, but general consensus after spotting a brown snake in the water is that it's a bit of a non-event, so goodness knows how we're going to cool off today. Beautiful looking little pool, but There's warnings up there saying if it's dry and not running that possible ear infections, possible this, possible that. So, as I said, when we spotted the brown snake, that clinched the deal.
So we need a plan B.
Well, I was just going to say, what's our plan B?
Well, we didn't make a plan B.
Well, we're going to have to.
There's Artie Creek Falls. Artie Creek Falls. That's only 9 minutes away, so that's probably not going to have water either, eh?
Yeah, sorry, Steve, can you just repeat what you just said, please?
Yeah, you head out in this gravel road for about 6 k's, I think it might be, and then it circles back around, back to Townsville, and then we'll obviously turn right and head down the highway.
Oh, right, okay, so, right, copy that, so I'll get going so my dust settles a little bit for you, and we'll catch up with you there.
Okie dokie.
Well, guys, that was a bit of a bummer, a bit of a non-event. Never got to chill out, but we're just going to head a little bit further up the track now and check out a place called 5 Mile Creek. We've got no idea what we're about to see, but we'll both find out together. So let's go and see what happens. Here we are, 5 Mile Creek. Got really no idea what to expect, but see if we can have a swim here, eh? Here's all my brave friends just thinking about it. Well, folks, that's Carpal pretty much done and dusted. Today we're moving further north again, and we'll probably end up somewhere around Innisfail. That's our proposed destination. First stop will be Bunnings to pick up a couple of little goodies. Yeah, I guess we'll know when we get there where the hell we're going. And that's the way I like it. After a huge drive of 1.5 hours, we've finally decided to pull up at camp at Babinda, which is the home of the boulders. Certainly another mind-blowing attraction. Of course, the main thing on our minds, as per usual, will there be a safe place to chill off? And yep, there sure is. But before we hit the water, we've decided to check out the incredible gorge. We're here.
Look at this. Oh, turn this way.
This is like a beach. One of the main things you can't help but noticing in the far north Queensland is the abundance of so many gorges and World Heritage locations. Any wonder why? I also can't help but think what this would look like in the wet season when the water levels would be so much higher. Our drone once again got a bit carried away with itself, but how could I disagree? Nature's wonderland at its best. So when you first arrive at the boulders area, you typically follow the boulders main sign, as we did. But a little more inconspicuous sign, as we see here, is the one not to overlook. Only a couple of 100 metres walk, and just look what we've found. I ask you, is this not a real gem? Crystal clear water, and now finally the time to chill off and soak up the moment. Just another short drive from our camp at Babinda is the popular attraction Josephine Falls. We've got a fairly overcast sky today, and we've just got this beautiful filtered lighting that's coming through the trees. And I tell you what, when you get to my age, you've got to love this filtered lighting. It's a bonus. Just a few hundred metres walk through some awe-inspiring rainforest, we enter into this remarkable ecosystem. The dappled light and the yearly rainfall creates an amazing environment where so many different plants thrive. This is what I call nature's water park. Free entry, the best water, and all the fun one could ask for, apart from the obvious keeping cool. There you go, guys. There's Josephine Falls for you. I hope you enjoyed that one. I reckon it was absolutely spectacular. So puts everything else we've done previous to that a bit to shame, but anyway, unreal. Even though we believe most free camps are the way to go, sometimes you have no choice but to park stay. We'll be basing ourselves here for a week to check out all the area has to offer. Hey, well, we've finally made it to Cairns. Apart from the Great Barrier Reef, this is one of Cairns' most popular tourist attractions, so we hope you enjoy the journey. Construction of the Kuranda Railway began in 1886 and was completed by 1891 for the intended purpose of the gold mining. The first operation as a tourist train was in 1936, and today it attracts literally thousands of tourists throughout the year.
Do not attempt to disembark whilst the train is moving.
A short journey through the outer suburbs of Cairns, and it soon arrives at the historic station of Freshwater, where usually the majority of passengers embark. It's now non-stop to Barren Falls through some extremely rugged landscape. Passing through and across the numerous tunnels and bridges, one can't help but think of the many hundreds, in fact around 1,500 labourers that built this marvel of engineering. As we continue to climb, we head across the Stony Creek Falls Bridge, no doubt the most outstanding feature of the railway line, but you've got to admit the waterfall's pretty special too.
Be mindful of the gap between the train and the platform.
Not much further on is the Barren Falls station. Unfortunately, it's not often you see much water flow as it's strongly regulated. Can you just imagine what it would look like when the water's flowing freely? Hope you're enjoying this, guys. We're not far off Kuranda now. Just a few more minutes of the trip and we've reached our destination.
That's amazing. Right now, arriving at Kuranda Station.
Kuranda Railway Station is world renowned for its tropical gardens and historic significance, and possibly one of the most photographed in the world. Well guys, I don't know what you thought about that trip, but I thought it was pretty damn spectacular. Absolutely stunning scenery. And if you think that's good, we're going to be heading back via the same trip via the gondola. So I'm sort of thinking that could even be more spectacular. So don't go anywhere. The township has a bustling atmosphere heavily tailored to the tourist, but we're more interested in the trip to and from. As I promised, just after lunch, we're off on the gondola ride now, right back down to Smithville, which is not far from Cairns Station. That's where we'll catch a bus back from there. So sit tight, here we go. Constructed throughout the years of 1987 to 1995, the Skyrail finally opened to the public in August 1995 and was pretty much an instant success. Today it's the perfect complement of the railway journey, up on one and back on the other. It's sure a different perspective than the train. Apart from a few stunning moments, we found it more about views of treetops. Well, that's just about the end of the gondola ride. We were looking forward to a little bit more excitement, so I've got to say, it's a nice view, it's a nice trip, but if you're interested, the train is the best. The train is definitely the go, and you probably can see that from the video footage. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed our little journey today. We'll see you soon. But I guess everyone has their own perspective. The sun's finally shining in Cairns. We've been here 6 days now, and out of those 6, we've spent 5 underneath the awning in the rain, apart from doing a couple of little tidbits. So yeah, we're chomping at the bit to get out. And we're going to a place today called Crystal Cascades, which is not just far down the track from where our caravan park is. So let's go and see what it's like, mate. We can't wait to hit the water. Yet again, we're surrounded by some impressive scenery. The short walk through the rainforest exposed many outstanding swimming pools. And from the track, it's only a quick climb down to the pools, and bingo, it's instant chill out. Oh, here comes the Stephenile, or the Great White.
How refreshing.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, that was worth the wait. Absolutely brilliant. Beautiful water temperature, magic day. And it's about time, as I said before, after the week we've had. So back for a sausage sizzle now and a couple of beers. What better way to finish off the day? Well, finally time to leave Cairns. 7 days at Cairns, 5 days of rain, and 2 days pretty good. So anyway, wasn't too bad after all. But we're now on our way to up near Mossman, and we'll check out Port Douglas, and hopefully we're going to find the barrier reef has cleared up a little bit and do a couple of scuba dives. So that's what we've been really waiting for. But all the rumours and what people have told us around the traps is that the reef is quite cloudy. So the last thing we want to do is go out there and find cloudy water. So we're hanging off a little bit, and hopefully Port Douglas will be the place. So we'll see what happens pretty soon. Amazing to see as we continue to travel along this highway along the coast. We've got so many roadwork sections, it's ridiculous, and it's obvious due to erosion from the cyclone which happened, probably back in December I think it was, or January, and no wonder the locals are complaining about the lack of attention to the road. To wait this long is just unacceptable. Just before we arrived at our campsite, it's that time again to feed the old tummy and a quick cool off. But just as we pulled up, a very unusual tree caught our eye. We nicknamed it the hairy tree, but in fact its common name is rain tree. They're originally from Jamaica, and the ferns which cover their trunks and branches give the trees an old woolly appearance. Moving right along, we're now heading to our camp, which is situated on a private property only just a few k's up the road. All reports say that this is a mighty special site. Nestled within the hills and the mountain ranges of Mossman, Creek's Edge Park only ever allows a maximum of 5 campers at any one time. Absolutely magic. Well guys, we've just arrived at Mossman yesterday, as you know, and what do people do when they come to Mossman? You go to Mossman Gorge naturally. Now it's 43 years since I ventured up this gorge, and I have some beautiful memories of it. But I'm afraid to say, from the moment we arrived in this car park today, we were a little bit, how you going about it? And from walking in with this massive big cultural centre here, and now you've got to get a bus tour up there, which is $14.50 a head. I'm afraid, guys, too much commercialisation for us. So unfortunately, we ain't going to get to see the gorge today. So we'll head out and see if we can find some other places that are within the realms of what you would expect as a tourist.
Well, here we go again. Striking scenery everywhere we look.
What should everybody do when they come into town? First thing you should do is visit the local information centre. That's where you find out absolutely everything.
The township of Port Douglas definitely caters for the five-star tourist. Cafes, hotels, fashion and gift shops all line the street. The council has definitely done an amazing clean-up since Cyclone Jasper, although there is still some remnants. I couldn't help noticing by the foreshore this quaint historic church, St Mary's by the Sea.
Well, folks, we've just left Mossman this morning, and we both agree that it was a little bit disappointing. We were supposed to be heading to Cape Tribulation, which we were really looking forward to. But unfortunately, the road is still in really bad condition from the cyclone that hit last December, Cyclone Jasper. And it was highly recommended not, particularly if you're towing a caravan. So it was quite disappointing. And I must say, not going to Mossman Gorge was a bit disappointing, but as you see from my little spur on camera just a little while ago, it's so highly populated now, and particularly seeing we're in school holidays, which doesn't help our issues. So we're heading to Cooktown, our final destination for this particular part 2 of Townsville to Cooktown. So we're hoping for some really exciting stuff at Cooktown to finish off this video. Well, after about 3.5 hours travel, we're not far from Cooktown now, and what a pretty spectacular rocky gorge where, well, not a gorge, but a river crossing we're crossing here. It's just absolutely awesome. Just imagine that in the super wet. Just short of 5 hours drive from Mossman, and here we are, our final destination, Cooktown, Cape York. It's been 43 years since I stood on this soil here, and that's a long time between drinks. So it's going to be interesting to see the change. We're also going to shout ourselves to a powered campsite. It's really quite warm now, and if I could give you one tip about travelling up to Cooktown, do it a month earlier than us, so don't do it any later than August. We're bordering the end of September, we're just nearly at the end. And yeah, she's really cooking material at Cooktown.
As we drive through the main street, there's still quite a lot of evidence of historic buildings, all of which have been meticulously maintained. And it's great to see the new building's architecture complement the old. One of the most notable changes from my time here way back is the redevelopment of the foreshore. Very impressive indeed. A town that's probably more known as a stopover gateway to the most northerly tip of Australia is also highly visited by the keen fishermen. And even though we'd planned to do a bit of fishing ourselves, blow me down, there's a 4-day fishing ban in place. It just so happens that our arrival in town coincided with the annual coral spawning season. Bugger. Most people would know that it's this bloke who landed here in 1770, and the town as we know it today subsequently bears his name. After running his vessel aground on the reef, it was here where Captain James Cook used as a vantage point to look at possible exit points through the reef once his vessel was repaired.
Day 3 at Cooktown. This is the checklist so far. Midgie bites? Yep. we got them. Last night, not a very good night's sleeping, to say the least. Absolutely dismal, as a matter of fact, scratching the life out of ourselves. So we're heading inland again today, and to a place called Endeavour Falls, and hopefully we'll find a spot that we can have a bit of a swim and chill out. But Endeavour Falls, we've been told you can't, but then we're going to another falls just a little bit further on from there, which we're told you can. We're just heading down to the falls now, and you actually have got to walk through the Endeavour caravan park, and what a beautiful little park it is. One lonely van over there has got it all to himself. That means no swimming, and if you do, not their fault. There's the old warning up sign. Beautiful there, guys, but no swimming from me.
Alrighty, enough of gorges and waterfalls for the moment. Just a few k's south of Cooktown is the historic pub, the Lion's Den.
Hello, Anna. How are you? Hiding behind the pole there? Yeah, sure. What have we got here at the back of the pub? A phenomenal merch section. A crocodile. Righto, Crocodile Dundee.
Established in 1875 and still thriving today, proving to be a real draw card for the tourist and not a bad place for a beer and a meal.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Well, would you just look at this? That is a steak, Anna. Absolutely amazing. And I get no salt either. Anyway. Oh well, second last day at Cooktown. And it's been a bit of a topsy-turvy venture at Cooktown. Can't do this, can't do that. The winds are really strong at the moment. Certainly not cyclonic, but they're certainly up around the 50k per hour. So lots of reasons why we can't fly our drone. We can't pretty much do anything. So we decided to have a bit of a breather again today and just check out one of the last waterfalls that we've got to see. And speaking of waterfalls, it seems to be pretty much a trip of waterfalls so far. So anyway, that's all we can do. That's the best we can do under the circumstances. The old hand's still not real good, you know, from the problem I had back at Townsville, and so I still can't get the boat off the roof even if I wanted to. So yeah, it's been a bit of an ups and down one, but we just have to make the most of it. That's all you can do. So we'll heading out to a place called Archer Point. I believe there's some pretty scenery there, so we'll soon find out. I'm just travelling behind Steve at the moment. Can't see a single thing for the dirties flying up in the air, but anyway, we'll soon be there.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, copy, Steve.
All right, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I was just lying back a bit to keep out of your dust.
How spectacular would this be with the drone?
Yes, I was just thinking the same thing. Well, folks, I told you there was some good scenery up here, but just check out what's behind me. Without a doubt, it's one of the best scenic spots we've seen for many hundreds of kilometres now. And what a way to finish off, or just about finish off our trip to Cape York at Cooktown. But excuse the audio if it's a bit rough, but because you can see it's blowing a gale up here, absolutely blowing a gale. We've actually even got the tripod tied down at the moment just so it doesn't blow over. So anyway, suck up a bit of this scenery. We've travelled all this way. Steve had to come because of this famous swing.
Hey, has it got a load limit?
Yeah.
Hang on. Gotta be careful. I hope this doesn't snap.
There could be a future that snaps the way you're going there.
I'm not going to be able to bend my knee up through there.
God, what are you like?
I'm not going to be able to bend my leg. Right, we're on.
Go, Tarzan.
Yeah, done.
Whoa. Holy shit.
Oh, right in the tree there.
Well, Steve's song, but God knows what's happened to Steve. Oh, there she go, he's gone.
Townsville to Cooktown, Part 1 and Part 2 has been a 2.5-month journey visiting some amazing places. But finally, I just couldn't leave you without one more incredible waterfall.
Well, that just about wraps up Part 2, Townsville to Cooktown. It's sure been a bit of a mixed up trip. Me needing surgery, not being able to use my boat or go fishing, and not even been able to drive for a few weeks. But as I've said before, it takes a lot to stop me. So we've just made the best of what we can. It's also been great having Steve and Dee to join us and share this amazing experience. I'm sure we'll meet up again shortly. So where to from here? Well, we're just about to head south from here towards the coast for a bit of heat relief. But before we do, I'm heading for a place that has eluded me for many years. This place is Cobalt Gorge. It doesn't seem to matter where I've travelled in Australia, virtually every information centre has promotional material on this spectacular location. In the meantime, if you're enjoying our travels, please give us a boost and be sure to click on the like, subscribe and notification buttons. Safe travels, and we'll see you on the road somewhere. Cheers for now.